Making money without doing anything is the dream of every person. Some might say it is just a dream and there is no way to do it. But if you clicked on this video, it is because from the bottom of your heart, you know there is a way. Well, you're right, and there are plenty of ways to make passive income. Hi, Matrix Money Maker here. In today's video, we are talking about the best passive income ideas that will potentially make you a bunch of money. Make sure to subscribe and watch until the end to see which method you can start to apply from today to make an extra income each month. The first one is investing in stocks or shares. Investing is giving value to a company by giving them money to develop, and the goal is to get some return from those investments. This is the first on our list because investing in stocks is the easiest yet the trickiest way to make passive income. Most people often confuse investing and savings, and this is because in school it is not really taught what is the difference between them. Saving as opposed to investing is when you keep your money without making nothing with it. The situation is a compelling example of both terms. If you put your money in a bank account, let us say you managed to save $1,000 at the end of the year. You would only get 1% in return at the end of the year, which is $10. Those $10 are not enough to beat inflation, and so the result is you lose money. On the other hand, to compare, at the end of the same year, you invested $1,000 in some index funds such as the S&P 500, which has a return on average of 10%. You would get $100 at the end of that year in return from your investments. This is the major difference between investing and saving, and that is why it is often said that savers are losers. Now, the process of investing is really simple, and you can invest in index funds from software platforms like Webull, or feel free to just search in your country which platform is the best for investing and use that platform. Investing in stocks and shares is a great way for passive income because in the long term, with compound interest, you would be making a really decent amount of money per month depending on which investments you make. To make $100 profit in passive income, for example, considering that the S&P 500 keeps an annual average return of 10%, you will need to invest $12,000 in the S&P 500. This seems a lot, but when looked at closely, it is only $1,000 per month for 1 year. Moreover, if you continue to invest consistently for a long time, you will get even more per month with the compound interest. Invest in dividends. Dividends are the real passive income. So, what is a dividend? Well, when a company makes money, they have a multitude of options to decide what they want to do with their money and what the best thing to do with their money is. Some company will decide to reinvest all the profits they made during the year in order to improve their business. This allows them to make better products and thereby increase customer satisfaction. For example, when a technology company makes profit during the year, they will reinvest this money in making improvements in their research or improving the technology and software of the product. Apple, for example, does this all the time. They use the profit to make a better iPhone every year. The second option is share buybacks, where the company decreases the amount of shares or stocks on the market, and this results in an increase of ownership for the investors in the company. A company does this when it wants to consolidate ownership. In fact, public companies use share buybacks to return profits to their investors. When a company buys back its own stock, it is increasing the value of the remaining shares, which can be a good thing for the shareholders. And then there is the third method, which is to essentially pay out shareholders. Usually it happens each quarter by the use of dividends, and dividends are a great way to make money in the stock market. In fact, they are a great financial opportunity for investors. And investors like Warren Buffett made $3.8 billion in cash from dividends. That is why they are a great idea for passive income. When investing for dividends, it is not always best to invest in the most promising companies or to invest in companies with the highest dividend rate. This can often result in losses. For example, it is a better idea to invest in Walmart to get better dividends than investing in Amazon. In 2019, Amazon, which is a really promising company, turned $11.5 billion in net profit. In comparison, Walmart generated $15.2 billion and paid good dividends to their investors. Even though Amazon is more promising because they reinvest all their profit to improve the company, Walmart might be a better option for dividends to generate passive incomes. Real estate. Real estate might be one of people's favorite kinds of asset, and that is because as an owner, having properties is satisfying and beneficial, not only for its cash flow, but also because it will last forever. Once you own it, unless you sell it, it is yours and your family's for life. Moreover, the demand for housing will always increase as the population is forecast to increase in the following years. Even though it requires a lot of financial education and literacy to excel in real estate, it is probably one of the best passive incomes on the list. The one factor for a good real estate property is its location. If your property is located somewhere that doesn't attract people, it is going to be a liability, as you would still have to pay the utilities and it would be useless. However, if you manage to own a good place in a desirable neighborhood, getting clients would be the least of your worries and you will make a fortune. Furthermore, if you become really successful in real estate, as you are helping the government provide housing for the population, you will receive tax incentives, which will help you pay less taxes and become even richer. If you don't want to deal with management but still want to invest in real estate investment trusts are a good option. Firms like American Tower or Brandywine Realty Trust invest in office building, for example, in many states and cities across the United States. Moreover, there are a lot of differential rights. Some of them invest in offices, residential areas, commercial properties, and even lands across the country. Another way to do real estate is to rent rooms on Airbnb. The good thing with renting on Airbnb is that you get much more profit from renting it than with regular properties in the long term. Even though it really requires a lot of management because you will have to receive guests, it is still worth it because it becomes profitable really quickly. You don't even need to own a house. You can just rent a room in your house or rent a place and then put it on Airbnb and use the money received from the rent of the clients to afford to pay the rent at the place. Affiliate marketing. An interesting fact is that 48% of affiliate marketers globally earned around $20,000 a year, which is more than $1,500 per month only from selling other people's products or services. And that was a year ago. Imagine the amount of money to be made today with this. Another way to make pure passive income is through affiliate marketing. If you have a high presence on social media, possess a blog, or are in the process of it, a good way to monetize it is by promoting affiliate products. You can do so by posting affiliate links on your blog or on your social media page and get commissions for every sale made using your link. This is a great opportunity because the more your audience is engaged with, the more you will be able to make money from it. At the beginning, you may first touch only 5% of the sale, and if you get only 2 or 3 sales, it is not going to be any good. But as you improve and manage to get more sales, hundreds of sales, you end up making a lot of money, and this is all profit. Royalties. A royalty payment is a payment made by one party to another that owns a particular asset for the right to ongoing use of that asset. It is often considered an intellectual asset. How would you feel if I told you that Jeff Bezos was paid by Apple, Facebook, Google, and many other big companies? Well, it is shocking but true. Nowadays, when it is time to make a payment online, we do not need to enter all the information about our credit card or any other payment method. With an iPhone, with Apple Pay, you only double click on the side button. It will automatically insert your card information and make the payment. For a long time, Apple, just like many other big companies, paid Jeff Bezos royalties because he was the one who invented that technique in 1999. If there is a technique or service that you invented or that you improved, you could claim ownership for it and make everyone who uses it pay for it, earning you a lot of money in a totally passive way. And you could potentially end up making billions from it like Jeff Bezos. Subscribe and turn on the notification so you don't miss more videos about how to make money, personal finance, investing, and much more. If you want to know why the gap between the rich and the poor grows wider, check out the latest video. Take care.